Hey everybody, today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on a bunch of different ways I style my box braids. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel and make sure you're clicking on that little bell so you're getting the notifications of when my other upcoming videos are coming out. If you want to see how I style my hair, a couple of different ways, just keep watching. Okay, so what I normally use, so I've got a bunch of different little hair ties. So there's these ones here, they're invisible ones. These ones aren't as invisible because they're not as small, especially like when they're blue like this. But I find these are really good because they stretch and they don't get too caught in the hair, which is nice. Obviously there are a bunch of different kinds of elastics. Of course there are headbands. Sometimes I like headbands that have the little blings on them. If you want to see a video on how I did this one, leave a comment in the comments below. So I actually made that myself. Sometimes I use these ones just because they have a little bit of bling on the buns or whatever, and then this one here is one of the ones with those little bumps on them where you're not supposed to, it's not supposed to slide, which I find great. And then this is just one of those little ones that come in like these. So that is just one of those. There are just like the little ones, you can use those too. Alright, so getting started. So here are just some cool different looks. So this one is, so you're going to part the hair in half and take half of your hair on the one side and you're going to twist it forward or backwards depending on how you want it. And this is going to be a bun. So you're just going to twist it down like this, and then mine don't normally stay without putting an elastic in, so if I'm going to be wearing this for a longer period of time, I would just tuck the ends in and then put on an elastic kind of like that. Just twist it like this. All I'm doing is twisting it, and then I'm going to, once you get that little bit of a twist section, you just wrap the rest of the hair around. Try not to pick up hairs from the back. Sometimes that happens. And then you could just tuck those little hairs underneath. And then my buns obviously aren't exactly the same. It's just the way I twisted them. I have a little bit more hair on the side as well. That is the one style. I don't wear this one very often, so it's kind of fun sometimes when I'm out and about. And then you could also, if you really want no hair on your, no hair down, you could take this section and then wrap it around as well for added extra. That is what those look like. Obviously, this is a good example of where your placement would be. So this one's a bit further down into the back, and this is a bit further up to the front. So that is the two bun styles on the sides of your head. You kind of look like Princess Leia. You can always move them down if you really want to be Princess Leia. Alright, the next one is, so you would want to make a high ponytail. So what I do is I pull all of my hair forward for a high ponytail. Sure all of those pieces are pretty secure. You don't want any like weird sections sticking out. And then you're going to take a hair elastic and put your hair in a pony up high. Now I'm taking two sections and you're just going to braid. Braid as far down as you can. And then I like using these little elastics for this. Sometimes I use clear, sometimes I use black, whatever ones I have, green and blue, whatever. Then you take the other side and you do exactly the same thing. So now you get your two braids, and I like to make them less super tight braided. So I'm just pulling parts of the braids out. And then, so what you're going to do is you're going to take one section and go this way and then around and just pop the ends underneath your braid. And then this one, you go back, behind, and then you pop those underneath the braids. Sometimes I like to take a bobby pin and pin down those sections just to a braid. Sometimes they stay, it's fine. No, sometimes they don't stay. Alright, so that is a braided bun. That's how it looks like. Next style is, of course, if you just want a high ponytail. That looks cute as well. Cute little ponytail. What I would do here is, because I don't like when these little bands stick out too much, I would take a little section of hair and braid that just enough to hide it. So you braid it down like this. And then of course, I always elastic this just so it doesn't come undone during the day. And then you could take this braid and you would just wrap it around a few times. And of course, if you want, you can bobby pin this piece down to one of the braids in the back, or you can just tuck it underneath. That way you get this cute braided piece. You have a high ponytail, so it looks really cute, and then you just are hiding the hair elastic, and that is what that looks like. And sometimes I just want to wear half my hair down, so I will take a section just starting kind of just above the ears. You want to leave a few of those braids out just so it's nice, cute, and you don't have to put all the front ones up. And then I like to pull this forward a little bit just to make sure it's nice and even back here. And then when you've got all those pieces nice and smoothed up, I like to take a ponytail. There you go. So you can do it like that and have that nice high ponytail with that volume. That is how that looks. Wear that forward. Or what you can also do is take this and twist it together, just wrapping one section around the other, and then do a little bun on top like so if you want that. There you go, you got some hair down, and then you've got the lovely bun. So what I'm doing next is going to be a fun braid. I'm taking pretty much all the hair from my ear and up forward and throwing it over to the other side. And then I'm going to start with the braids right closest to my ear, and I'm taking 3 braids and just crisscrossing them underneath like a braid. And I'm actually going to Dutch braid this in. So you're taking one section and then another section and putting it underneath. So it's like a French braid, but it's a Dutch braid, and you're just sticking them underneath instead of over top so it sticks out. Forward close to the front of my head. Continue to braid down my head. So that's what's looking like there. And so you're taking one section like this and then another section, but you're adding hair into it as you go along, and you're flipping it underneath the braid. And then when you kind of get to the other hair above your ear, you just want to keep on braiding down. Throw in a little elastic. I'm putting it down a bit further so there's some extra room. So then I'm going to just grab some of these braids and pull it apart so it's not as tight and it looks fuller. So that is how that looks, and you can just wear it like this if you would like to, or you could pull it all back and just have this kind of hang over your ear a little bit, wear it in a ponytail. Either wear it to the side or wear it down, so you got this nice ponytail braid. Or what you could do is you could take the rest of the hair from this side and braid it as well and elastic it. And then you have 2 braids. Okay, so I'm pulling hair pretty much from like roughly here. You want to leave a few hairs down. I'm pulling hair from here down. And this is how I do a twist. So I take about 3 pieces of braids, 3 braids, and I start twisting it slightly. And then as I'm twisting down, I grab more hair like this, and then I pull more hair in, and then a few more pieces, and then again a few more pieces. So I kind of wrap it a little bit, twist it, wrap it, twist it, pulling hair in. You don't want to be too tight because then you're going to pull on your braids too much, but go and keep on twisting down. You can continue all the way down if you would like to, or from here, what you can do is, if you would like it to stay like that, you can put it in a ponytail and then pin it down, but I like to pull it further down. So I'm going to actually go all the way down, and then at this point I would take two sections and start twisting the hair together. Make sure you're twisting it really tightly so it doesn't super pop apart. Sometimes with the twists they do tend to unfold a little bit throughout the day, but with this one, because you've added all the hair, it should stay. And then you can either, you could have pulled this to the side and added that so you have the whole twist there, or you can leave a few of the braids out so you have some hair hanging down, and that is how that looks. You can also do it in half and then twist them both down. My next look is going to be another braid, so I'm going to take hair from about here forward, just kind of that front bang area would be. I'm going to leave some of this part out here, so I kind of mostly want it from this side, so I'm going to take a little bit more from over here, and then okay, so then I'm going to start braiding this down, just regular braiding. I'm going to hair elastic it, and then I'm going to actually pull it down like this, and then I'm going to take this section, and I'm going to take another little hair elastic, and I'm going to place it where I would like it to be, and then the ends of my hair, I'm actually going to take a few of the sections from back here, and I'm just going to elastic that to a few of the braids there, just so it's nice and secure. And that is how that looks. Also, you can do it to the other side if you want. You would take more hair from this side and then pull it that way instead. Also with this, because you already have that braid, if you want, you can do a cute look like this and pull it back so you get a little bit of extra volume. You can take that and just ponytail it to a section here. And also with that, then you can take this whole section and then you can also wear it all up in a pony like that as well. So then you have all your hair off the back of your neck. Next, I'm going to do a cute little braid. So what I'm going to do is take a few braids, just kind of like the front section. Sometimes I feel like this section gets in my face too much while I'm doing things, so I like to take some hair and then I'm going to just braid it down the front, just a regular braid. And if you want, you can ponytail this at the bottom with a little elastic. I'm not going to. I'm literally just going to stick it in my mouth. And then I'm just going to take this section here and do the same thing. Now that I have both of these, I'm going to pull them back and then just put a ponytail in right at the back, kind of like a nice halo. If you wanted a little bit of extra security so that it doesn't go anywhere or doesn't slide, you can always grab one of the braids from the back and ponytail that to it. That is how that looks. So it's out of your face. It's not falling into your face when you're looking down doing things. It looks really nice. So lastly, I am going to do a fishtail braid, and I'm going to pull all of my hair over to one side, and I am going to ponytail it, so I'm going to use actually a headband. Alright, so from here, just turn around a little. What you're going to do is you're going to take two sections, and I always start with two braids, and then I'm pulling them over like this into the other ponytail, and then you take another two braids and you kind of crisscross them over, and then you just hold them like that. So then you're taking another two from back here and you're pulling it down to the other braid. So what you're doing is you're taking two from the section and then pulling it over to the next section, but you're taking two braids from the back of the opposite ponytail and pulling it forward. And this is a fishtail. It takes a bit more time, but when you're done, it looks super adorable. You continue down all the way down to the bottom until you're running out of hair at the ends. You can do this with more pieces if you would like. I like to do them in a thinner section just because I like the look. And then you can see it's kind of starting to get a little shorter pieces at the end. So I'm just going to do one more little flip over. And so what you're going to do here is take an elastic. I would use something that is a heavier elastic. You don't want something to break halfway through your day. And I just placed it down a little bit further past the braid that when I was doing it. So I'm going to pull this apart. And that is a fishtail braid. And that's what that looks like. With this too, you can do a bunch of different fun things. You can tuck it back up into your ponytail so you have like this nice little thing here. If you're going someplace fancy and you wanted it to look a little bit fancier, you could nix the gems on here, as well as you can actually use a little hair elastic and then wrap hair around it and then just tuck it in to the ponytail, and then you could use like a clear ponytail here and then like a little elastic, and then just tuck this up. When you tuck this up, I would recommend putting the rest of the hair into the ponytail just so it kind of stays, and then just kind of tucking those in a little bit. Kind of like that. That is just some of the ways I like to style my box braids. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope this was a little bit helpful for anybody that was struggling with ideas on how to style their box braid. Have a great day. Bye!